Hello, everybody. You're all welcome to today's session. If you can see me and if you can hear me, let me know in the chat. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat. If you can see me very well, let me know in the chat. Good evening, Selassie. How are you? How are you doing? I see Selassie. I see Bidemi. I see Francis, Afolabi, Nicholas, Abiodun. See you all. Let me know in the chat if you can see me, if you can hear me very well. And let me know where you are connecting from. I see Rishab. I see Chiney on TikTok. Let me know if you can hear, if you can see me all right. Selassie says that I can see you. I can see you very well. So good to hear, Selassie. Good to hear. Bidemi, good evening. Good evening. Okay. Okay, those on TikTok, let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me. Give me a like. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you can see me. Marita from South Africa. Wonderful. I'm Abdullah on YouTube, watching from Tamale. Bidemi say, I can see and hear you clearly. July, we can see and hear you clearly. Okay, good. I see Joseph Babite. I see Vivo Johnson. Yeah. Okay. If our live session, this is your first time joining our live session, to let me know and let me know where you are connecting from. I see Zachary. Okay, those on TikTok, I see AB, quote AB. Let me know where you are connecting from. And if it's your first time, let us know. Simon from Ghana. Okay. I see Ajogu. I see Simon. Okay, guys, let me know where you are connecting from. And if it's your first time, let me know. And as you are on it, share the link with your friends. Invite them to join us. I see Salifo on Facebook. Okay. I see Lady Susan on TikTok. Let's know where you're connecting from. It's 3:08 here in the East Coast. Let me know where you are connecting from. And if it's your first time joining us, let us know. Okay, good to know, Bidemi. Yeah, just keep me updated. Okay, guys, I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you are all doing well. Those in Ghana, I know some of you are celebrating, others are not celebrating. Ghana has a new president that they elected, I think yesterday or so. Yeah. So it's all good. If you didn't win, that's okay. If you didn't win, that's okay. The important thing is that there is peace and the nation is going to move forward. We just pray that the new government will do what it takes to help the people. That's the most important thing, to help the people. So let us all hope that the new government will do what it needs to do to make the people benefit from the governance. So congratulations to all Ghanaians for doing a good job with these elections. Selassie says that my party won. Oh. Really, Selassie? I thought last time I saw you in some other party colors or something. Selassie, where do you stand? Well, congratulations if your party won. I hope that your government in power will do what is necessary for the people. It's very, very important for the people. So congratulations, Selassie. I see Jacob, I see Rebecca. You are all welcome. Good evening, Andrew. Good evening. Let us share the link. Let's invite our friends to join us. Selassie says, "No me, oh. My blood is always green. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know." Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Let's hope that they will do the needful so that every Ghanaian will benefit. Whether you voted for them or not, you should benefit. They should work for you. Work for you so that every Ghanaian will benefit. Yeah, let's share the link. Let's share the link and invite others to join, because today the topic we are dealing with is very, very important. I have numerous people reaching out on this topic. Frank, how can I apply for a visitor's visa and not be denied? We've been able to have a lot of people to get the visa, so it's good that we talk about it. I see the professor here. Kojo, wow, Kojo, welcome. It's been a long time. Did your party win or lose? I think Ghanaians have done a good job. Kojo, Ghanaians have done a good job. We are proud of you that you had a very smooth and peaceful election. So I hope the prayers that you prayed has been answered. Yeah, we thank God for that. Hope everybody is doing well. So today we are going to deal with visitor's visa, B1, B2 visa. One of the most tricky visas that Americans issue. One of the most tricky visas. You understand why by the time we finish. But if you stick with me throughout, you are going to be confident and you are going to know what to do and what not to do. Yeah, so let us all stick around and go through this. Jacob says that my party lost, but I'm happy they won. Good. That is in sports they would say sportsmanship. That is good. It's good. I mean, yeah. The fact that you didn't win doesn't mean that the world has come to an end. No. It's an election. Somebody will have to win and somebody will have to lose, which means that your party was in power. Your party has been in power for some time. The people look at their work and said, okay, let's change this party and bring something else. Let us see what they too will do. So let us hope that they will do what is needful to help the people. Wonderful. I see Priscilla. I see Priscilla. I see Premium. I see Jamila. Let's know where you are linking up from, and if it's your first time, let us know. Bidemi says that can one actually switch from one visa route to another, provided his previous attempt was denied? Yes, you can. Bidemi, you can, but you have to make sure that the reason why you were denied, that status has changed. Very, very important. You can't try to trick them into believing that, oh, I'm going for a different visa. Your information is there. So when they put your name in there, it will come up why you were denied. So you need to prove to them that your situation has changed since the last time you applied. Take note of that. But you can always change your visa if you qualify to do so. If you qualify to do so, you cannot just stand up and say, I'm moving from this visa to that visa. No, you can't just do that. Okay, I see Manuel, I see Steven, I see Phyllis, I see Josephine. Okay, let's know where you are connecting from. So today we're going to talk about the B1, B2 visa. I've done videos on it, but people are still asking and all that. So just want us to go over it. There are some parts that you have to go and check the videos because those are full sessions under this topic. So we will do that. We will do that. And if you have any question, just put it in the chat and I will deal with it as we go on. I will deal with it as we go on. I will deal with it as we go on. Okay. Let me see. There is any other question. Okay. So, what is the B1, B2 visa? The B1, B2 visa is the visitor's visa for the United States. The visitor's visa for the United States. The B1 visa is for people who want to visit the United States for business purposes. So they want to come here and do some kind of business. Some kind of business. Just a minute. If you want to come to the US to do business, then you need the B1 visa. The B1 visa. Please take note. Because if you don't know the visa you are going for, that can affect you. That can affect you. So under the B1 visa for businesses, it includes attending conferences or maybe you do some business in your country, so you want to come and see if you can find some business opportunities to buy products, to get stuff, to take back home. So those are the things that comes under B1 visa. It is still a visitor's visa because it is a temporary visa. You come from one day and then leave another day within a certain period. So it is not a visa that is going to let you live in the United States, but to visit and do something and then go back. And then we have the B2 visa, which is for the tourist people. You are coming just for fun. You are coming for vacation. You are coming for maybe medical consultation or medical treatment, something like that. You want to come and visit your family or your friends. That's the kind of visa you need. At times too, you can decide that you are coming for both. For both. So maybe you are coming to visit and then at the same time do some business deal here. Or you are coming for a conference and then after the conference, you use the opportunity to also visit friends and family here. So you can go for both the B1 and the B2 or B1 or B2. You need to be very specific with it, because if you are not sure or you just choose the visa and then you go for your interview and they ask you, so which visa are you applying for? And then on your form, you have stated B1 and then they ask you and they say B2, you are done. So we need to take note of those things. Very, very important. Bidemi says, I know with your guidance, we are on the safer side when it comes to stuff. Okay. Yeah, just stick with it and you should be good. Okay. I see Sack. I see Mascobi. I see Josephine, Joseph. I see Amina. I see Regina. I see Christy. I see Rose. I see Naomi. I see Kenneth. Let me know in the chat where you are connecting from, and if it's your first time, let us know. I see Stephen too. I see Stephen too. I see Stephen too. On TikTok too, I see Obin Frank. I see Obin. Let me know where you are connecting from. Let me know where you are connecting from. Okay. So these two visas are very important for you to take note of if you want to visit the United States. But you see, the fact that you want to visit the United States doesn't mean that you just stand up and decide you are going to visit the United States. So 3 days ago, somebody sent me a message. Very interesting one. Very, very interesting message. She sent a message and she's like, she want to travel. She went to buy her ticket and they asked her, where is her visa? She doesn't know why the people will ask her, where is her visa? She want to come to the US because she has a friend here who says that she should come. And so she was going to buy the ticket to come to the US. But they say she needs a visa to come to the US and she doesn't know what that is about. Isn't that an interesting question? She is going to buy the ticket without a visa. I hope it works like that. That would be interesting and very nice, you know. But you need the visa to be able to visit. And that's what we are talking about today. It is very, very important that we take note. Okay, I see Kwame Phyllis. I see Frida. Okay, I see Haruna. I see Sakodia. Good evening. I'm doing great. I hope you're also doing great. See Emmanuel Robert. See Emmanuel Robert. Let me see. This one. TikTok, I see Ishmael. Okay. And Marita. See you. I see you. I see you. Okay, guys. Bidemi says that if one is overstayed on the B1, B2 visa, what consequences is likely going to take effect on the person applying for the visa? When you overstay your visa, it goes against you depending on how long you overstay. If you overstay your visa and you don't adjust it to become a permanent resident, what will happen is when you decide to come back to your country, you are stuck. If you come and then one day you say, oh, let me go back to the US, that is going to be a problem for you. You are likely not going to be allowed to come. Depending on how long you overstayed your visa, you might be prevented from coming for maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. It depends. They will decide, So when you are given a visa, don't overstay. That's my advice. Don't overstay. Just keep following it, do it right. If you have to stay 30 days, 90 days, do that, return, go back again, return, go back. That's the best way to do it. But when you overstay, they can prevent you from not coming to the US again or for some time. I hope that makes sense. Okay, Kwame Felix. Is connecting from Techiman in Ghana. Kwame Felix, you are welcome. You are welcome. I see Edem, Successor, Fadi, Bright, Christopher. Good to see you all. Let's know where you are connecting from. It's very, very important. So it is important that you note the visa that you are going for. That is the first point. The first point. Now, the next thing you have to decide on is whether you are coming to visit with an invitation or you are coming on your own. Most of the time, people get confused when it comes to visiting the US. They think that somebody have to invite you before you can come to the US. No. You can come without any invitation. You can come on your own. If you have somebody here who will invite you, that is fine. But if you have nobody to invite you, you can come on your own. You can come on your own. You are a tourist. As a tourist, you don't need to know anybody in the US to visit. All you need to be able to prove is that you have what it takes to come. Very, very important. So you need to decide, am I coming with an invitation or I'm coming on my own? If you are coming on an invitation, it means that you have somebody here in the US who is inviting you to come and visit. Now, this is where you need to be very careful, because the person inviting you must be somebody related to you in a way, which is very important, because nobody can just stand up and say, I'm inviting you to come to the US. So you went online and then you met somebody online and you started dating online. You've been dating for maybe 3 months, or let me say 6 months. Online. So all you do is chat and call each other and those things. But you've not met the person in person. And then all of a sudden the person says that, oh, I'm inviting you, come to the US. The question is, what relationship do you have with the person? Does the dating that you've been dating, has it led to the two of you becoming fiancés? Or you are just dating? You are just friends? The US government want to be sure that really, if you say you are dating this person, your dating has gotten to a point where there is a serious connection. Very important. There is a serious connection. Now, What do we refer to as serious connection? Either the person here in the US should be able to come and visit you in your country. You hear that? The person comes and visit you, you hang out, you go to places, you enjoy yourself, you take pictures to prove that the person came, or you are in a relationship, you are fiancés, you had a fiancé, and all those things. That is very important. That establishes a connection. Or let's say that you have this person in the US who came to your country to do project, mission, or something, and you were friends for maybe 1 year, or maybe you even hosted the person in your home. You took care of the person and all that, and the person came back to the US and said, "Oh, let me invite John Smith to come and also visit me for all that John Smith did for me when I was in his or her country or his country. Let me also invite him to come and also see where I live." That is a better connection. But if you are just dating each other online for 3 months and you say, because I was dating the person can invite me, they won't give you the visa. They won't give you the visa because there is no tangible connection over there. I hope that makes sense. So the person inviting you should be somebody you have a relationship with. It's a family member, a sibling, somebody that you know on a personal level. Not somebody you met online and have never seen the person. I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the chat if that makes sense. It's very, very important to me. If that makes sense. I see Imam, I see Halidu, I see Victorine, I see Faustina, I see Marco, Paulus. Okay, great. Bidemi say, I know someone who entered the US on a B1 visa, but today he's a citizen. Yes, that's what I said. If you come on a B1 visa and you don't adjust your visa, you don't adjust your visa and you go back to your country, you overstay that visa, then you are in trouble. But if you entered with a B1 and you come in and then you did your things well, you found somebody to marry, you can become a citizen after a while. You get it? So that is what the person did. The person didn't just enter into the US with B1 and became a citizen. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Maybe when the person got into the US with B1, the person got a job that was willing to hire him permanently. And so they adjusted his visa to a working visa, to H visa or something else. And then over the years, after 5 years, he started working out his permanent residence. He became permanent and then went on to become a citizen. So there are so many ways that you can use to adjust your visa or status. But you can't just enter into the US on a B1 visa and then jump to become a citizen. It doesn't work like that. If anybody tells you that, they are lying to you. It doesn't work like that. It has to go through a process. It has to go through a process. Mainly, what people do mainly is that they enter with a B visa and then find somebody to marry. And then when they marry the person, a citizen, they marry a citizen or a permanent resident, and then they adjust their visa status. That's how many people do it. Okay, Vitrine say, hope you are doing. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. She's watching from Cameroon. You are welcome. I see Albert, I see Foster, Isaac, Roland. Wonderful. Make sure you let us know where you are connecting from. On TikTok too, I see Vinny, Florence. Okay. Good, good. Florence can hear me very well. So it's very, very important that you take note of that. You take note of that. So if you have somebody inviting you, that is fantastic. The best thing the person has to do is to give you invitation, and in the invitation letter indicate that he or she is going to take care of everything. That makes it easier. Unless you have enough money to prove that you can take care of yourself. If you have enough money to take care of your trip and yourself, I will advise you even not to use the invitation. Not to use the invitation, because the invitation can raise a connotation of you not returning. There is that perception. I'm not saying that that's what it is, but there is that perception. But if you have enough money to take care of your trip and everything, come on your own. On your own. Do everything on your own. And if you want to come on your own, there are things that you need to consider. Very, very important. Where you are coming to live when you enter into the US for the period. And mostly it's a hotel or Airbnb or something that you need to rent. And that is the address you will use in lieu of the invitation letter. You get it? So when you come into the US, you are going to stay in this hotel for this period of time. You show the proof of it that you have booked your hotel, everything for that period, and you have your paper, your reservation to show. That's one thing that you will need if you are coming on your own. Secondly, you need to be able to show enough financial resources to support your visitation. The period that you are going to stay here, you need to be able to show that you have enough money to take care of yourself while you are here. And you need to prove that when your time is over, you will return to your home country. Very, very, very important. Bidemi says that, on your best opinion, in what best ways can one easily change their B1 visa status to immigrant visa without any future issues? I just answered that question. I told you that what many people do is to find a citizen to marry for the papers. That's what many people do. Actually, they do. When they come, they find somebody. Most of the time, they will pay the person, and then they will marry, and then they will do their papers. That is how many people do it. That's how many people do it. Blessings. Good evening. Good evening. Blessings. So it is very, very important if you are going to come on your own. Aside showing the financial resources, you need to have an itinerary. It's very important. An itinerary. Something to show that you have planned your trip. You have planned your trip. You can't go to the embassy and they ask you, so what are you coming to do? You say, oh, I'm just coming to visit the US. Then they ask you, so what are you coming to do? They say, oh, I've not decided yet. When I get here, I'll think about it. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. You need to have a well thought out itinerary, which I've shown you already how to do that. How to do that. You don't, Bidemi, you don't need invitation letter to bring your food products here. You don't need invitation letter. If you are coming with B1, you need to go through it, show your registration of your business that you are doing, that you want to bring food product. I can't give you um, invitation letter to bring food products here. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And so if you want to bring food product, make sure that you go to through the necessary means to get it done. Adamu, please stop spamming us. Stop spamming us. I will remove you if you don't stop spamming us. Please. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Please don't use this to spam anybody here, please. Yeah. Yeah, so it's very, very important. If for instance, you have a business back home, you have your own business, it doesn't matter the business or the size of it. Once the business is registered and you are running the business, you can use your business as a way to come through B1 visa. What you need to do is make sure you are running the business. When I say running the business, you must have a business bank account that is active. So every money that comes to you must go through the account before it goes out. Let the bank account show that you are doing business. With that, you can come here for business trip. That your area of specialization, you want to come to find other opportunities to help you expand. That's one way you can use to come. It's one of the easiest. It's one of the easiest. So there was this guy who wanted to come here on a visitor's visa. He did everything. It was when they refused him the visa that he connected and told me what happened. So listen, he works as a bartender. He works as a bartender. Meanwhile, on the side, he has a big farm with cattle, sheep, and fowls, and all those things. So he has a farm. He has a farm, big farm. And yet, when he was applying for the visa, he put on the application that he's a bartender. So they asked him, how much does he make? And he quoted the amount that he makes being a bartender. The amount he makes being a bartender is nothing to write home about. Meanwhile, as a farmer, he makes thousands of dollars. And so I asked him, why didn't you use your farm as your business in applying? He's like, oh, I didn't know that was a business. I'm like, what? You see, the mentality that we have, especially as Africans, is that we think things like farming is nothing. But believe me, farming is powerful than being a manager in somebody's business. You should understand that. If this gentleman had put there that he had a farm and he has been working throughout the year and is tired and he want to come and relax in America and spend some money and also see how he can establish some business contact here, they would have just given him the visa, because he would have been able to show the thousands of dollars that he makes from the farm. Meanwhile, he was showing a few hundreds of dollars as a bartender. Why would they give you? If I'm the consular, I won't give you the visa. I won't. So let us be very careful how we approach this visa, because people make these little mistakes and they get denied. And then they will come and complain. The people just don't stand up and deny you. No. They look at everything. So please take note. You need to show that you have enough money to take care of yourself when you come to the United States. So we have seen if you are coming with an invitation and you are not coming with an invitation. Okay, as someone say, what are the requirements if you are filling the DS-160 form? There are questions that they will ask you. Depending on the answers you give, I will show you the DS-160 in a moment. I will show you. But the questions they ask you, you answer them might trigger other questions. So it's not a standard fixed questions that they will ask you. You get it? When it comes to the personal data, that is fixed. Your name, your address, phone numbers, contacts, those kind of things, those are standard. But they will begin to ask you, where do you work? How much do you make? Your siblings. What are the things? What shows that we will come back? The answers you begin to put there will trigger other questions for you to answer. So there are no specific requirements. The requirements that you can pinpoint directly are your personal data. You must have a passport that have not expired. Those kind of things. Those are there. Those ones don't change. Your name, address, those kind of things don't change. So as someone, there is no specific requirement that you need to put, but the basic things that you need to have is your passport. You need to have your passport picture. You need to have your bank statement. If you are the one sponsoring yourself, you need to show proof of where you are going to stay when you come to the United States, how you're going to fund your trip, those kind of things. Those are standard requirements. Does that make sense? But as you fill out the DS-160, things begin to change. Things begin to change. Things begin to change. Abdullah, good for you. Stay there. Stay there. Governor, good evening. How are you? I hope you are doing well. I hope you are doing well. Okay, Florence on TikTok says that I only got my company registered document last month. Will I qualify? I have a business account also. How long have you had the business? That is very important. You see, you don't want to raise the red flag in the minds of the people that he established the business for this purpose. You get it? He established the business so he will use it as a means to travel. So you need to have a history. Your business must have a history. That you have been in business for a while. At least a year. At least a year. You get it? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Please let me know. Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. Florence, you need to have some history with your business. So let me know how long, even though you registered the business last month, that puts the business in a very tricky position. You go and register it and then the following month, you are using it to apply for a visa. So you need to wait. If you are going to use your business, wait for at least a year. Let your business have some history. I'm sure by that time you would have even built your account very well. Florence, does that make sense? For 1 month, that's a little bit questionable. Questionable. They would think that, oh, Florence started the business because she want to use it as a way to travel. You don't want to create that impression in their mind. Okay. I hope that makes sense. What one doesn't know is also superior to that person. One of the reasons my former employer really did admire me for was that I like asking for what I don't know, which some other people see as a burden to them. It's good to ask, but when you ask, you put it into action. Good. Okay. Let me see. I see Ghana man. I see Don the Don. Don the Don. Don the Don. Your party won election. I see now you are in government. Congratulations. I see Tikwe. I see Morris. Nana Usu. Zakio. Watin Mary. Okay, I see all of you. You are welcome. I see Yima. I see Mohammed, Numo, Kind Debbie. I see Perry, Kebonso, Ramsey. You are all welcome. So today we are talking about how to really position yourself very well when you are applying for the visitor's visa so that you don't get denied. Very, very important. And we've talked about a lot of things earlier on. So it is very important that if you are going to use your own resources to sponsor yourself, you must be able to show that these resources are not just some loan you've gone to take to travel. People don't go for loans to travel for luxury. Here people can do it. People use their credit card to pay for trips and other things because they will have time to pay. But in my country, I don't think people will just go and take a loan and say that I'm going to take this loan, go and visit the US and come back in 2 weeks. How are you going to pay back the money? So they know in their mind that, okay, this person took this money, put it in the account, use it to apply for visa because he's planning that when he gets to the US, he's not coming back. They won't give you the visa. So you need to plan very well when it comes to that side of the whole thing. It's very, very important that you plan very well. You don't give them the opportunity to deny you the visa. Many of the time, from my experience, realize that 90% of the people who get denied, they causes the denial themselves. They create the opportunity for them to be denied because of something they didn't do or something they did they shouldn't have done. It's very, very important that you take note. You need to cross your T's and dot your I's. Very important. Okay, Agatha says that if someone is sponsoring me, do I still need to show my bank statement or pay slip? If you have, it is good. It only add to it. But if somebody is sponsoring you, the burden is on the person to prove that they have what it takes to make sure that you have a good trip. You get it? So it is very, very important that that person is able to prove enough. Enough. Let's say, for instance, I want to invite you, and then I send you an invitation letter. On the invitation letter, I will have my address on it. Here, the government knows everybody's address type, what kind of house you are living in. So let's say that I'm living in a 1-bedroom house, and then I'm inviting you to come and visit for a month. The question is, where are you going to sleep to be comfortable on your trip? Of course, I don't mind sharing my room with you, but the government doesn't think so. You get it? So, is the person coming to live with you going to have comfortable accommodation? Is the person going to be able to get a place to sleep and all that? So they are going to check. The background check they will do is to find out that address that we put on, what kind of place is it? Do they have a spare room for you? Maybe the person inviting you also has a family. Let's say the person has a wife and 3 children, and they know that the person's room maybe has 2 bedrooms. That's all. Are you going to sleep with the children? You are going to sleep with them. So those are things that the embassy is going to look at and decide whether they should let you come or not to come. I hope you understand how the process is going so far. Let me know in the chat if I'm making sense so far. I want to make sure that you understand everything. Let me know if I'm making sense so far. Okay, I see Sang Cherry from Kenya. Okay. Florence says that the business has been active since March. I have proof on my emails and WhatsApp. What kind of proof? What kind of proof? And Marita said, my itinerary must be for how many days? And each day must have an activity for that day. Yes, so you have to decide how long you want to stay in the US for your visit. Marita, so you are coming for 20 days. Let's say 20 days in the US. You must tell the American government that 20 days, these are the things you are going to do in the days, during the 20 days. I will be visiting New York. I'm going to spend 3 days in New York. You need to show that in New York, you have booked a hotel in New York you will stay in while you are in New York, because you can't sleep on the street in New York. You are going to be moving around. Do you have a Metro card? Have you reserved a Metro card? Or what means are you going to use? Uber or what? You stayed there. From New York, I'm going to move to Florida to go and enjoy some of the beaches there, to go and see some of the celebrity places and all that. I will spend 4 days in Florida. You get it? So you stayed there. How are you going to get to Florida from New York? I'll use the train or I'll fly. Do I have my ticket, domestic ticket for that? You see how the itinerary is supposed to be, Marita. So your itinerary is going to show them that you have sat down and you've thought about the trip. This is not an impulse thing that you are doing. This is not something that you just stood up one day and decided to do, but you've thought about it carefully. You've thought about it carefully. Where you will go, how you will go, what you are going to do, all this, and you've planned. That is what the itinerary need to show, so that the people know that, of course, this person has planned. And when you are doing it, you attach your documentation to it, your tickets, your pass, those kind of things. You attach it to it. Everything is in place. You know, when you have all those things, it's going to be difficult for them to say that they won't give it to you, because they know you are really sure of what you are doing. Does that make sense, Florence? Marita, does that make sense? Let me know. Let me know. On my DS1 system, I was asked for the number of years I spent with my previous employer, which I stated 8 years. And also stated that I started my registered business. Is this still enough to convince the consular officer that I have something important I'm doing immediately after I left my former working place. Of course, you once you're able to prove to them that yes, you started your business and you are running it, yeah, then there's something that's going. You didn't, after working 8 years with your former employer, you didn't go and sit home. You went into your business, in your own business. So that is good. That is good. Yeah, that is good. So it is very important we take note of those things. It's very important that you take note of those things. I see Kwesi Walker. I see my Asafumame. My Asafumame. Bobby. Roberta, how are you doing? I hope you are doing well. I hope you are doing well. My Asafumame is here. Yeah. So, guys, that is very, very important to take note of. Don't just stand up and say, I'm traveling. No. If you just stand up and say you are traveling, they won't let you travel. They won't let you travel. The fact that you want to travel doesn't mean you should be allowed to travel. So it is very, very important. Get everything in place. Get everything in place before you think of doing anything. When you have gotten all these documentations in place, you want to go and do your DS 160. Very, very important. You want to go and do your DS 160. And I want to show you how it looks, the DS 160. I'm not going to fill that out for you to see because we've done that. I've shown you how to fill out the DS 160 from A to Z. We've done that on one of our sessions. So you can go back and check that one out. You can go and check that video out. But this is how the page look like, the DS 160 page. So you need to make sure that you fill out everything that you need to fill, the spaces. Make sure the name that you are putting in, make sure the name you are putting in is the same name that is on your passport. It's very, very important. Don't go and put a name that you think is your name, which is different from the one in your passport. It's going to affect you. It's going to affect you. So make sure that you check all those things. Make sure you check all those things. Make sure that you select what you need to select, your country, where you are going to get your visa. You need to select it. So let's say if you are in Ghana, select Ghana, Accra, and then you put in the code here, and then you have your passport picture ready so that you can use it. The instructions are there. Make sure you check out that video on how to fill out the DS 160 properly, and then you will be able to go through it. Once you go through it, once you submit your DS 160, you will have the confirmation page. What I say is that when you print the confirmation page, also print the whole document. Make sure you have a copy of the document on hand for yourself. The embassy does not need a copy. They don't need you to bring a copy to the embassy. But if you have a copy for yourself, it helps you to go through everything that you put on the form, because they are going to basically ask you questions from the form that you filled, the DS 160. So make sure that every information you are putting on the DS 160 is in your mind. You know it. Make sure you know it. Make sure you know every information that you have on the DS 160. Because believe me, if you go there and they ask you a question that is on the DS 160 and you are not able to provide that answer for them, you are done. There are some of you who hire people to fill out the forms for you. That is okay. Just make sure that Whatever the person is doing, you are in the known. Make sure the person tell you everything. Make sure the person give you a copy of your DS-160 form, so you know everything that is on it. It is very, very important. It is very, very important. It is very, very important that you take note of that. Don't go in there blindly. Don't go blind. Make sure that you know everything that is on the DS-160. So print a copy for yourself and then print the confirmation page. That's very, very important. Please don't make any mistake on that form. I keep stressing this because people do it. I've told you several stories about people and the mistakes they've made on the form and how it cost them. So please make sure you check everything. Check everything. Wonderful. Let me see any question here. Mansa Akon, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Okay, Bidemi says that I would like you to be addressing me as my Bidemi is here, just as you always hailing most people from Ghana. Bidemi, what do you mean? When you came on, I said Bidemi is here. I said that, didn't I? Mansa, you are welcome. You are welcome. Let me see. I see Lawai. I see Daniel. I see Ernest. I see Charles Zachary. Okay, I see you. If this is your first time joining us, let us know and let us know where you are joining us from. Let me see. Okay. Those on TikTok, let me know you are there. Give me a like. Give me a like. Let me know you are there. Give me a glitter. Give me a diamond. Let me know you are there. 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 Okay. Okay, no more questions. Okay. Okay, so when you have filled out your DS-160, then you go and pay your visa fee, which is $185. You pay it. You go to the embassy page. You will find where to pay that $185. It's non-refundable. It's not refundable. So don't think that if you don't get the visa, they will give you your money back. They will not, because they have used the money to work on your behalf. The background checks, all the investigations that they will do, that's the money they use in doing those investigations. So it's very, very important that you know that it's non-refundable. Make sure that when you pay it, you keep the receipt. They will give you a receipt. You keep it because you will need it for the interview. Your DS-160 confirmation page with your visa fee payment receipt, you will need them for your interview. So make sure you keep the receipt. Make sure you keep the receipt. I see Adebayo and Florence. I see you. I see you. So make sure that you pay those fees. When you have paid that fee, now you go and schedule the interview. You go and schedule your interview. It is very, very important that you do it right, because there is a new system in place. The US has introduced a new system for booking your visa interview, because the previous system was abused so much. It was abused so much that people were using it for fraudulent things. So they've put in some security measures now. It's a new system. And I've used it to book appointment for some people over a few months now. And it's interesting how they've done it. When you go to the page, let me show you how the page is like. Let me show you how the page is like. Let me show you how the page is like. This is how the page looks like. This is how the page looks like. I don't know if you see it very well on the screen, but this is how it looks. This is how it looks. And when you come here, if you are a new person, this is your first time going to book an appointment, you have to sign up as a new user. So you have to register to book an appointment. But make sure you go to the right page. It's very, very important. You see this address. Make sure you go there. It's very, very important. If you go to a wrong place, you are going to be scammed. I'm going to put the link in the chat. I'm going to put the link in the chat so that you can bookmark it so that you don't make a mistake. If you go and make any mistake, you are in trouble. So make sure that you use that link to book your appointment. Use the link to book your appointment. It's very, very important. Yeah, so do that. Then you fill out all the information as it appears in your passport. As it appears in your passport. Then you have created the account. When you create your account, it will ask you to pay for the visa fee over here. This is where you are going to make your payment. When you have booked your account, everything will show there. It is step by step. You see it. You make the payment. That's why I've asked everybody, each one of you, make sure if you are planning on traveling, if traveling is part of your thinking, make sure you get an international visa card, bank card. Go to your bank or open account at an international bank, a bank that deals in international transaction. When you open the account, then apply for a Visa card or a MasterCard, which is international, not domestic, international one, so that you can use it to make some of this payment. It is always good and proper to make the payments yourself, not to let somebody pay it on your behalf, because you are trying to create the impression that this is you. If somebody made the payment on your behalf and you go to the embassy and they ask you, do you know anyone in the US? And you say no, they will deny you, because the person who made the payment for you in the US, you knew the person. That's why the person could make the payment for you. I hope that makes sense. So don't be very careful what you do. Be very careful what you do. If you have your own card, you can make the payment yourself and you will be good. It is very, very important that you take note of those things so that you don't make that kind of mistakes. That you don't make that kind of mistakes. So you go there and then you book your appointment. Now, getting the appointment date is also another tricky part. Now, it is difficult to get the date that you want. So make sure you plan ahead. make sure you plan ahead. It is very, very important. Don't wait when you are thinking of traveling in the next 2 months. Then you start the process. No, I'm not sure you will get an appointment within the month that you want. So plan ahead so that you can give yourself time. Maybe if you are thinking of traveling next year, 2025, somewhere in May or June, start the process now. Now. Don't wait till you are in May. Then you are trying to get appointment for June. It won't happen. I can assure you, it won't happen unless by some miracle. So you schedule your visa appointment and then you get yourself ready. Once you get the date, you start preparing. It's very, very important. Agatha, I think so. I think depending on your country, I think when you go to the embassy site or the appointment site for your country, they will tell you the payment process or how you can pay. They will give you the options there. They will give you the options. So if in your country they want you to use a bank draft or whatever, they will state it there. So make sure you check. I don't think it's a one face for all, one for all, or one fit all means. I think every country and how they go about it. Some countries you can pay with your Visa card or MasterCard. Other countries you cannot. You have to go and do bank draft or something. So you need to find out about that. Then you do that. You follow the instructions and you do it right. It is very, very important that you do it correctly. You don't want to pay money to someone that you don't have to pay the money to. So make sure you check that. It's very, very important. I see Fatima. I see Adongo. I see Audu. I see Andrew. I see Samuel. I see Millicent. Yema. Ramato. Steven. Andrew Akoto. Anipa. Veronica. I see Andy. Kobanayamoa. Is this the Andy I know? Saudatu. Marco. I see Olunka is in the house. I see Winnie Rebecca. Let us know where you are connecting from. It's your first time on our live session. Let us also know. But this is a place where I try to give you the right information and then help you to do the right thing so you don't make certain little mistakes. So we try to help you to avoid all the scams floating around. So make sure you follow what we are saying here and do it right. Okay, and you say, how many days does it take before the interview after you have applied for the visa? It depends. There's no set this thing. If you are lucky, it might be fast for you. At times you have to wait weeks, especially if it is visit. They don't see visiting visa as urgent. But let's say maybe you are coming for school. School has a deadline. There's when you need to report when classes start and all those things. So if you're able to state it very clearly for them, let them know when school is going to reopen and when you have to be there. Most of the times, they will go by your date. That's for the schools. But for visit, it's not a priority. Visit is not urgent. So most of the time, they will give you dates that are available. They will give you dates that are available. Yeah, Andrew. So if it is school, make sure you state it clearly. On your I-20, they will state when the school will open. They will state when you need to arrive on campus and when classes will begin. Make sure you state all those things for them on the appointment page so that they know when you need to be there, so that they can determine the date that will be appropriate for your interview. You need to do that. Otherwise, you may not get the date that you want. That's why you need to also plan ahead. You need to also plan ahead. Okay. I see Amos Sahin, Alaji, Kenu. Okay. You are welcome. So if you have a question, put it in there. Put it in there. Let me see. I see Lincoln. I see Muka. I see Ekuya on TikTok. Give me a like if you are there. Give me a like. Let me know you are there. If you have a question on TikTok, put it in the comment. Put it in the chat, and I will deal with it. I will deal with it. Okay. Okay. So when you have booked your appointment, you've gotten a date, you've booked everything, you need to make sure that you put all your documents together. Put all your documents together. Get 2 files. 2 files. I'm trying to put you on the safer side. Get 2 files and then put the originals of your document in one. And then make copies, photocopies, and put it in the other one. Very important. You have 2 files, one for yourself, one for the original copies. Some of the documents, you will need them for your interview. Others, you will not need them for your interview. But it doesn't hurt carrying them with you to the interview. You never know what will happen. You may need a document from your file. But your DS-160 confirmation page, you will need it for your interview. Your visa fee receipt, you will need it. You will need your passport. You will need a passport picture that meets the size 2x2 with plain background. You will need that. Those you will need them. If you have your bank statement, the invitation letter, business registration, whatever it is, you can have them in the file. Carry them with you. In case, you see, the interview you are going to have is going to last maximum 4 minutes. Maximum 4 minutes. Unless, of course, there is something special happening, then it might go on, maybe whatever. But you have at least 2 minutes, 2 minutes to prove to the consular that they need to give you the visa. So don't go there and go and stand there and be doing be straightforward with your answers. But don't go memorizing answers. Don't memorize answers and go there and go and pour it. No, they can read through it. Let it be natural. The question they ask you, be conversational, be natural in answering it, so that the person knows that, oh, this person is comfortable. He knows what he's doing. Because in 90% of the cases, the consular that is asking you the question is not looking at your face. He's just looking on the computer. As you are talking, he's typing into the computer. So what you are saying is very important. The person might not look at your face throughout the interview. That's not what matters. What matters is how you respond and you get your visa or you don't get your visa, depending on what you do. So it's very, very important that we take note of these steps that I've given you. Andrew says that from your observations, do embassies give out more visas during December? I don't know about that, but I think that at times when the day begins, depending on what is happening in society, depending on what is happening, it may have influence on what is going to happen. For instance, as Trump said yesterday that he's going to tighten visa approvals, he's going to cancel even birthright citizenship, which of course I'm not sure he can do that. But when he says those things, there are cables that are sent to the embassies which may influence. But because the people there now are not his people, the embassy will try to give more visa than normal so that people can come in before Trump comes to the White House. You get it? So there are no fast rules governing how many visas are given or not given. It depends on the day. Maybe the moment they are going to start their work, they will tell them, okay, maybe today we have 100 slots. So they are going to distribute the 100 among the 1 million applications. You see, so it's a bit tricky. That's why I always say, put yourself in a position where you make it difficult for them to deny you the visa. If you don't make it difficult for them, they will deny you. As for that, you can be assured. Yeah, so that's what I would say about it, Andrew. Florence say, can I bring my case birth certificate and my educational certificate? Of course, you can bring anything you want. You can bring anything you want if you think it will help. If you think it will help, make sure that the information that is on your certificate are what you put in the application. If you go and put a date of birth for your child that does not reflect on the certificate, then that is the problem, not the certificate that you have. If the information on the application is different from what is on their certificate, then that is the problem. Because they will make those checks. You get it? They will make those checks. When you put your child name and their date of birth, that $185 that you have paid, they are going to use it to go and check if it is true. If it is true. If the name of the man you put there as the father, they are going to check if it is true. The name you put there as the mother, they are going to check if it's true. Where you say you are working, they are going to check if it is true. So those are the things that they are going to check and make sure that you are not lying to them. If they find out you are lying, that is against the law. That is against the law. That is misrepresentation, section 216 CAE. That is against the rule. And once they catch you on misrepresentation, you are not coming to the US again in your life. There are some people who cannot come to the US and they can never come to the US. It doesn't matter how powerful or how rich they are. They can't come to the US. They will never be allowed to come into the US. There are people like that. I'm sure maybe you know people like that. I even heard that this lady who acts movie, what is her name? Nanaba McBrown or something. Nanaba McBrown. I hope that's the correct name. I've heard that she falls into that category, that she did something some years ago, and as a result, they've banned her from coming to the US. She may have come under 216. Very, very serious. So you don't want to lie. If you misrepresent yourself, if you say you are something you are not, that's misrepresentation. It will go against you. So don't do that. Don't do that. Always give yourself the opportunity. If you tell the truth, you are honest, everything is genuine, and they don't give you the visa, that is better. You have another time or chance to reapply if you want to. But if you are trying to lie to get in, if even you get in and later they find out that you lied, that even make it worse. You heard the story of the students who lied about their qualifications, the National Maths and Science Quiz students. They were in the news in Ghana. They got scholarships and all that to come in. Apparently, the results that they used was fake. And then the one who did it for them used the same documents to do it for somebody else. And so when the person also came in, they realized that no, we have received this document already. They went and checked, cross-checked, and realized that it was fraud. Those kids, their life or opportunity to come to the US is ended. They are going to send them back to Ghana, if not jailed. If they send them to Ghana, that is the end for them. They won't be able to come to the US in their life. So we need to be very careful. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, so that you can do things right. You can do them right and appropriately. Go through the right means, the right channel, so that you don't find yourself on the bad side of the US law. You don't want that. You don't want that. Wonderful. So if you're able to do the things that I have said from beginning to end, I think you are in good place. You should be fine. You should be fine. You should be confident. I'm not saying you are going to get the visa, but you should be confident. At least you have eliminated most of the things that might derail you. So make sure that you do it right. Okay. I see Marcos, Abigail, Odote. I see Monday Stanley, Nabil, Kwesi Saforo. I see Harmonious Akon, Andrew, Nyamu, Maswell, Mohammed. If it's your first time joining us, let us know in the chat. If you have a question, please put it in the chat, and then I will deal with it. And make sure you share the link with your friends. Share the link with your friends. If you have not done so, please do that. If you have not done so, please do that. Any other question, or we are good? If you have any other question, if even it's not related to this, you can ask. Once it's about traveling to the United States, you can ask. You can ask. I see Kwamichi. So like I said last week, I'll be coming to Ghana in February. I'll be in Ghana because I have to come and bury my dad. Those of you who don't know, I lost my dad, and I'll be coming to Ghana to bury him in February. And so I'm trying to put some programs together so that when I come, we can also meet and then and talk. Maybe I'll have the opportunity to look at some of your documents and what you have and all that, and see how I can help you to go through the process. So stay connected. I'll be updating you as the days go by, but assuredly I will be in Ghana around the second week in February. Around the second week in February. So if you are in Ghana and you want to meet me, you can let me know, so that we can plan something. Yeah, this is just on a quick note. That's just a quick note. Yes, Kwesi, that is it. Kwesi Safo, that is very true. The information that you used the first time that you were denied, you need to use the same information, except the one that got you denied. There is a reason they will deny you the visa. There's a reason. When they deny you, they will give you a sheet of paper which has the reason on it. What need to change is that status, or what made them deny you when you are reapplying, that thing should have changed. The status should have changed before you reapply. Don't go and reapply when you have not changed the situation. For instance, if you sent a bank statement showing $200, meanwhile your ticket alone is $2,000, then they are going to refuse you on the basis of you not having enough funds. So don't go and use the same bank statement with $200 on it to reapply. They will deny you again. So this time when you are going to apply, make sure you have a bank statement that has bigger amount on it. You get it? So, Kwesi, you need to provide the information except the specific one that got you denied. That should have changed. That situation should have changed when you were reapplying. That is very important. Thank you for bringing up that. Florence says that I just want to thank you for equipping us. I'm new in this group, but the knowledge I have is incredible now. Good to hear that, Florence. I'm very happy that you have gotten something out of this. I'm very happy. Make sure you use it. Make sure you use it. That's all I ask of you. When I share this information, I want you to use it. Don't just listen and don't use it and go and make a mistake. Please use the information that I've given you. Okay, Andrew. Okay, let me see. Good to know, Florence. I appreciate that too. I appreciate that too. Very important. Andrew say, is it possible for international students to join the U.S. Army? No, you cannot. You went there to study, not to join the army. You are an international student. The only people who can join the army are permanent residents and citizens. Yeah, because it's a security forces. They cannot just recruit anybody. So if they want to recruit you, they will make sure that you become a permanent resident. Then they can recruit you. But if you are not a permanent resident or a citizen, you cannot join the U.S. Army. You cannot. So don't let anybody come and tell you, oh, we are recruiting people for the U.S. Army. You pay this, we will get you into the U.S. Army. It's a lie. It's a lie. If anybody come and tell you that, it's a lie. If you are not a permanent resident of the United States of America or a citizen, you cannot join the U.S. Army or the security forces. You cannot. I see Boris, Mercy, Mary, Ingabel. Okay. Uh, da, 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 da. Andrew, are you saying that you've changed your status from a student to what? Like I said, you need to be a permanent resident. It means you must have your green card or you are a citizen. Then you can join the U.S. Army. Olonka says, where? I will be in Accra, Tema, most of the time. I also go to Takoradi because I have to go to my family in Takoradi too. My family in Tema. And then the funeral will be happening in the eastern region. So I'll be around Accra, Tema, Takoradi, eastern region. That's where I will be when I'm in Ghana. Okay. Secondly, rather, the embassy gives the same paper to everyone, refusal paper. Moreover, they don't tell you what exactly why your visa was refused. You see, they do. They do. They do. The same paper they give you, most of the time is 214B. That's the 99%. They refuse people based on section 214B. It's mainly the most basic reason why they refuse people. And the law is clear under section 214B, what it requires. So when you go to that session, I've done a whole video, a whole session. We did a whole session on section 214B, the things they look out for. So when you go to 214B, to tell you the things that you need to have or you need to do. So that is where you know why you were refused. So they tell you. You just don't go and look for the reason. That's why people will come and complain, oh, they just gave me a white paper with the same thing that they gave to everybody. You need to find out. Under 214B, what did I do or did not do that caused the refusal? Kwesi, you get what I mean? Yeah. So you need to check. Go and watch that video, 214B. It will tell you what you need to know under those circumstances of refusal. I see Hassan. I see Dorcas. Okay. Bidemi says, if F1 visa gets denied, when should it be reapplied for a proper turnaround? I would say that if you get denied, and you know why they deny you, you can change that status. So when you're able to change that status, you can reapply. It doesn't matter because you are dealing with a timeline in school. You can reapply again, or you can wait for the next academic year or semester. But you can reapply. Once you change the reason why, you're able to change your circumstance around the reason why you were denied. Okay. Any other question? I see Carol. Share the link and let other people benefit from this. This is very important. It is something that is hurting a lot of people. It's hurting a lot of people. So please make sure you share it with your friends so they also know. If there are no more questions, I will take it that we are good. But you can put your questions in the chat even after the session, and I will respond to them. You can also WhatsApp. You can send me a WhatsApp. Don't call. Just send me the message or record your voice, and then I will respond to you. It might not be immediately, but I will get back to you because there are a lot of messages that come in. So I deal with them based on the way they come in. So just be patient and I will deal with your question. So feel free to WhatsApp me, or you can put your question in the chat or in the comment section. and I will deal with it. I will deal with it. Okay. I hope you've learned something. Let me know in the comment if you've learned something today. If the session has been beneficial to you, if it has been useful to you, let me know in the comment. Yeah, so Olonka, that is it. They don't think you will return because you didn't convince them enough. You were not able to convince them enough that there is something back home that will make you come back. Maybe the money you were showing on your account wasn't something that somebody will be willing to come back to, but rather go and see greener pastures. So I don't know the exact thing that you put there, but if they think you will not come back, they are going to refuse you. So you need to prove to them that you need to change your status to prove to them that you will come back. You get it? Okay, because it says, but when you look at 214b, it tells that you are not able to demonstrate that you are your intended activity. Exactly. So the intent on coming back, the intent, you need to be able to demonstrate it. What is the home ties? You need to demonstrate it. There is more there than just that thing. So, Kwesi, read it very well. Mansa say, God bless you. This session has been insightful. Thank you, Mansa. Thank you. There are some things you still have to send to me. Remember, we've not finished. Okay. Florence is asking, do I pay for my F2 dependent school fees or it will be free? If you bring them, if you bring your dependents, your children can go to school. If you take them to the public school, it's free. But if you take them to private school, you have to pay. So you have to decide. You have to decide. So when you are coming to the US, you can check and see the districts that have good public school system. All the school systems are not the same in the US. Some have very good public school system. Others do not. So if you are thinking about your children in that way, but it also depends on the school that you are coming to. You get it? So if the school you are coming to is in a district where the public school system is not good, then that's what you get. That's what you get. And you can't send your children to a different public school out of your location. You get it? If you are taking them out, it has to be private school that you are going to pay. Because it's the city that is paying for your kid. So it has to be where you are. You get it? So if it is public school, they will go to it for free. But if they are going to a private school, they will have to pay. Okay. Abdullah, what question is that? Abdullah keeps doing that to me. Abdullah is waiting for his answer to his question. Which question is that? Abdullah, which question is that? Put the question again. Is it the difference between the service fee and the tuition fee? Is that question? Oh, okay. I want to know the difference between the service fee and the tuition fees. And which one of them will you pay before applying for your visa for the school? So the service fee is going to the government. It's not the school's fee. The service fee, the service center is the part of the government that track and monitors the activities of international students in the United States of America. So there are people who work there. So those fees goes to run the service center. You get it? So that fee goes to the government. It's not for the school. So they will give you, when the school gives you your I-20, on it you will see your service number and all that. And then you go and make the payment for the service fee. So what happens is that when you get admission and you get your visa and you come in, at the end of every semester, the service center in the school had to report to the government that you are still in school. You are in school. You come to classes. You do what every student had to do. That's how they track you. So if you decide that along the way you are like, okay, I'm not going to school again, let me go and work, and then you stop going to class, then they will report it to the government that he has stopped coming to classes. So they flag you all of a sudden. The moment they flag you, you become illegal. You become an illegal in the system. You don't want that. So the service fee is different. Your tuition fee is what you pay to the school to make sure that you are a student and you can go for classes and you can register for courses and all that. You pay the service fee before you even go for your visa interview. You get it? So that is the difference. I hope that is the question you were asking. I hope so. Let me know. So you pay the service fee before. As for the tuition fee, you only start paying when you get to school. They only want to see. That's why they ask for bank account and those things. They want to see that, okay, oh, this guy have enough money to sustain him. But that is not where you are going to take the money from to pay your tuition fee. If it is your own bank statement and your account, then yes. But when you get to the school, you can arrange with the school how you want to pay your fees. The school doesn't care about that. How you pay your school fees, the school doesn't care. All they want is that at the end of the semester or the year, you paid your fee. You get it? I hope that answers your question. Please let me know. I hope that answers your question. Let me see. If one is asked, why did you decide to come and study in the US? In what possible way can one also respond on this? You have to tell them why you are coming to study in the US. Why? Why are you coming to study in the US? I mean, that's your question. You should be able to answer that question. Why? You didn't just stand up and then decide to go to US because you want to go to US. There's a reason. Something is sending you to the US. So Bidemi, you say that you have started a business. You sell product, you buy and sell, or you produce and sell. You are coming to do business course in the US because you believe that the US educational system is supreme. They have the latest technologies and ideas and everything. So you believe that when you come and study here, you are going to get the best knowledge and experience to be able to come back to your country to use those skill and knowledge to expand your business and manage it well. That's why you want to come to US and gain the experience, because you want to always make sure that you reference in it that you are going to come back to your country to apply the knowledge and the skill that you've gained in the US. That's what they want to see. You need to convince them that you are coming to gain something here to take back home, to go and change your life back home and to help the people back home. That's how you approach that question. But it's an answer you need to give naturally from yourself. Don't chew any answers and go and pour it over there. Get it? Florence, when you say, do they pay foreign national fees, what does that mean? I don't understand that question. What did that mean? Well, foreign national fee, what is that? What is that? If you can explain it for me, I'll be able to answer you. Okay. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. Bidemi, what do you mean? You sincerely need someone who will be assisting with attending to most people's requests too. What does that mean? I don't get that. Abdullah, please, I'm still waiting for the answer. I think I've answered that. Or I don't know. Let me know. It's of course always beneficial. Okay. Woman denied by Canada affairs. Olunka, it depends. It depends. It depends. Um, Make sure that your status or you have enough proof to show them that you will come back. That wouldn't affect anything for you. It depends. If they check and then they realize that, oh, the reason why Canada refused you is still the same thing, then of course it will affect it. But if you're able to change that status, then it won't affect it. Okay, okay. Abdullah says that one. Okay, good, good. Okay. Thank you, Bidemi. Let me see. Logs. Okay. Okay, Florence say they pay the same fees as US citizens in a private school. Yes. Yes, you pay with them unless there's a special program that the school runs for citizens. You know, these are private school. Every private school and the way they run their school. So that is different from the public school. So that one is school by school basis. Maybe there's a private school who has some special program for citizens. But that one, you have to put the child in there to know or go to the specific school to determine that. You won't know until you find out from that school. Yeah. Okay, Lux, do you know the interview visa wait time for Senegal? I don't know, Lux. I don't know. But I think that if you go to the appointment page, I'm sure they've changed that one too for Senegal. So if you go there, you should be able to know. And is it to transfer your case to another embassy? I don't understand that. And how many embassies do you have in the US and in Senegal for the US? I'm sure that if you have more than one, you should be able to go to a different embassy to have it. Maybe you have moved to that town. That will make it easier for you. Is it easier to transfer? It depends. If you have more than one embassy in your country, I think you should be able to transfer. You should be able to transfer. Yeah. Okay. I see Laurentia. Laurentia. Laurentia, so sorry for Olonka. Maybe you look too excited and they spotted you won't come back. Olonka is always excited. I don't really know exactly why, but anything can knock you out. Anything. It might be small and irrelevant as you may think, but to them, you know, have the license. So it means that after you pay your tuition fee, you can go ahead to apply for your visa. No, you don't pay tuition fee before you apply for your visa. No, 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 no. Tuition fee you pay when you get to the school. Tuition fee you pay when you get to the school. Tuition fee is for your studies. So you don't pay that. That is not unless you want to go ahead and pay. That is up to you. But you don't have to pay tuition fee before you go for your visa. No. What if you don't get the visa? Now you are going to request for a refund. No. You have to get your visa before you think about paying school fees. Uh-huh. your I-60 is I-20. That's what the school will give you. Or you're talking about DS 120. I don't know, but I-20, that's what they will give you. Bidemi, I hear you. I hear you. I think I'm fine. I'm fine for now. I think I'm fine. You come first. You come first. That is the important thing. You come. You come. Okay. Okay. I see Cumberland Kope, Chris, Benjamin Imperi. See Benjamin Imperi. I see Machime, love her mother. Wow. George Boateng. I see Chris. I see Cumberland. I see Fanta. Fanta Tata Kene. Wow, I like the name. Abimbola. I see Tete. I see Abel. I see Dasmani. Okay. Guys, if you are just joining us, make sure that you go back and watch the video. It's very, very important. We've talked about a lot of things. And also let us know where you are connecting from. Yeah, let us know where you are connecting from. And if it's your first time, let us know. If it's your first time on our live session, let us know. Okay. Okay, guys, if there's no more question, I think we may be able to bring it to an end. You can WhatsApp me. You can put your questions in the comment section, and I will deal with it. And Bidemi, it depends. It depends if the reason why you paid the money didn't happen. I'm sure some of them will refund maybe half, if not all. But you don't have to pay tuition fee when you have not gotten your visa. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's not the school that gives the visa. If the school were the one giving the visa, then you want to pay your fee so that they can give you the visa, but they don't give the visa. So don't go and pay tuition fee when you have not gotten the visa. There are some schools that will tell you that there is some fee to reserve or to make your application a priority. That is different from tuition fee. So don't go. If they tell you you need to pay your tuition fee before we start processing your thing, cancel the application. Go and find another school. Go and find another school. Okay, guys. Good to have you all. We've done 2 hours. That's good. So, guys, check out the video if you are just joining. And then if you have questions, put it in there. And then share the link. Invite your friends to connect. And then stay tuned for any update. I've told you I'll be coming to Ghana in February, and I'm planning on having some programs for you so we can meet and talk and chat and see how we can connect and make things happen. If you are also a teacher or you have a school that you want me to come and talk to them, let's talk about it. When I come, we can arrange. I can come and talk to your students to put them in a good position to plan ahead. So let's think about it. Or maybe you are a leader in your youth group in your church and you want me to come and talk to them and prepare their minds on some of these things too. I'm willing to come. Just connect, let me know, and we can plan something good. So in February, God willing, I'll be in Ghana. So have a good night. I love you all. Great.